Hello, good morning. How are you? Happy morning pages to you. Change the angle on the camera because, we're wild here. We're wild in Dublin. Hope it's wild where you are and that your creativity is getting a little bit of permission, permission slip or two. I have plenty of them. I'm happy to dole them out. So bring your requests to the morning pages live. This tool we use to clear out all of the gunk, to ask questions, to send in petitions, and even send in the odd request. Okay, so please do use your pages for whatever you need this morning. We're going to talk until 6 past the hour. 6 past the hour, then we start moving our hand left to right. I'll show you what it looks like. I am writing in pink today. I actually got started earlier because there was stuff on my mind. And often when there's stuff on your mind, I encourage you to start your pages anytime you feel the need. And it's like a little bell going, we need to talk. It's like the postman making a delivery. We need to talk. So it can help to have paper and pen with you in the car, in your handbag, in a backpack. Often if I have a book somewhere, I'll have a ripped out page of a refill pad, just a blank sheet of paper, folded up somewhere in the book so that I know it's always there. It's like my safety. It's like my safety paper. And it means that I can download as and when the things come to me. It also helps if you're a writer, because when snippets occur to you, you can write it down. So this week we're talking about Cher. Every week we're going to do a little chat, preface our morning pages with just a little chat about some creative. This week it's Cher. I'm reading her memoir, and it's super lovely, actually. It's fun. She's very frank and she's very open, and I really, really, really dig that, to echo her language. Her language is very, it's very everyday. There's no high registers. High registers have always turned me off. And I think to myself, I can't trust you. I can't relate to you. I'm not sure if I can really believe everything you're saying. What are you masking? What are you hiding? That's sort of what I hear when I hear a higher register of English. So when I read someone that's either low or middle register, and I'll read you out a little bit, you'll hear what I mean. When I hear that, I always think, okay, you feel and seem straight to me. You feel and seem honest to me and frank, and I think I might be able to get along with you. It's often what I hear when I hear that higher register. I'm just going to read a little snippet from Cher's memoir. And for one thing, it will explain to you her register, but also it will explain to you a little bit about the value of early work. And often when we're creating and looking back at the early stuff that we've made, it could be a stab at poetry. Maybe you wrote a song or two. Maybe you strummed some notes. Maybe you put together a recipe book and published it. Maybe you wrote up a pamphlet, did a one-man show, things like that. And sometimes we can look back and kind of cringe a little bit, but there's insight about this, okay? So Cher writes, when I listen to my early numbers, I cringe. I sounded so nasal because of teenage allergies. I'd also recorded an album of covers for Liberty Records in a separate deal, but they didn't like the way I sounded either. So nothing came of that. The failure of both convinced Philip Spector that he was right about me. Mine was only ever going to be the voice in the background. Sonny stopped hassling him to give me another chance, and I stopped singing around the house. Devastated, I was convinced that my career was over before it had even begun. It struck me when I read that last night that a couple of things. I suppose it's highly relatable when we think about the early stuff that we've written, the getting up on stage, maybe performing. We cringe and we end up looking for evidence of reasons why one person said, you know, we should quit, or we'll always stay in the background. We're looking for evidence to support that because we can't see the creative possibilities in front of us. We can only see the failures, you know, we can only see the critics. We can only see the evidence that, you know, Philip Spector was right about me. Mine is only ever going to be a voice in the background. How wrong you were, Phil Spector. How wrong, how wrong. But it was enough for Sonny to stop hassling Philip to give Cher another chance. And it was enough to stop Cher herself singing in the house. So early work is never going to be a measure of where we're going. It's a measure of where we've been, and it's a vital stepping stone. That's something we learn on The Artist's Way, that we can't become the solo artist without first starting on backing singing. We can't win the Nobel Prize for Literature without writing the really bad poetry first. So we have to be willing to be a bad artist before we can be a good artist, if that makes sense. Guys, it's 7 past the hour. Holy moly. Better get going. So I always remember that saying about George Michael. George Michael could never have written Jesus as a Child, if you remember that beautiful, beautiful song, without having first written Club Tropicana. Club Tropicana, drinks are free, Jesus as a Child, you know, it's a logical progression, obviously. Guys, get ready for your 20 minutes. We are starting. A good tip is to start and just gently move your hand left to right and try to switch off the owl brain, okay? If you're stuck for something to start with, look outside or describe what's going on physically. If you get stuck in the middle of the 20 minutes, simply go back and repeat the sentence that you have just written. You might need to repeat it a few times. What that is it's a little block, it's a little emotional hiccup, and it's something that you really need to sit with. FYI. Okay, you ready? And 20 minutes starting now. There you go. Okay, we're done with the 20 minutes. Stick with that color or change. It's up to you. We're doing 3 minutes of a review. Are you ready? And go. This is to underline things, find things to remember, that kind of crack. Oh. 10 seconds on your review. There we go. That's it. Pens down, she says to herself, mostly. So hard sometimes. It was lovely to have you. Thank you for coming and doing your pages with me. I know some people get on and they just listen to the chat and they might do their own creative thing, and you're welcome. I'm so glad that this is of use to you, you know. Cass, hiya, Charlotte. You've always called it highbrow. Yeah, the notion of speaking. I always kind of think it's like using words with more than 2 syllables, you know, syllable. And going, oh, aren't I great? Aren't I? You know, and it's you know, the cynical part of me just thinks, mask, quit masking, you know, get straight talking a little bit, you know. Charlotte, yeah, you illustrate instead of write. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that that serves you that way and it works for you that way. This is your artist's way. This is your morning pages, morning creativity. And it's vital that we do it our way. It's vital that there is that permission. It's really, really, it's an excuse to work on my own thing instead of work. Your own thing is work, Charlotte. I would argue that your own thing is work and it's all building. It's like Club Tropicana, you know, coming before Jesus as a child. That's what it is, you know. And Club Tropicana is valuable. Club Tropicana is a rocking tune. Hello, it's fantastic. Um, just like Cher cringes at her early work, you know, we cringe at our stuff, and we maybe discount it. It's vital. It is vital and it's critical and it's all helping form the creative that we are, you know. Okay. Guys, let's have 3 deep breaths and then we'll say goodbye. Tomorrow we're doing longer pages. Tell your friends, please tell your friends, because I do this to reach more people. Okay, I'm not doing any marketing and I know that's on me, but please tell your friends if this serves you, and especially if the Friday longer pages serves you, where we talk for 6 minutes, then we do 45 minutes and we do 7 minutes review. And it's kind of 10 a.m. Dublin time, London time, to 11 a.m. And that's it for the day. You have gotten rid of a load of gunk. You have explored a part of yourself, your heart and your soul and your head and your flipping whatever, you know, my butt is cold and, you know, I need to paint the fence, whatever it is, it all comes out. And the more people, I think that this practice is vital and it's magic, and I think it makes us better people and it makes us better creatives. And I just think that the world could do with a bit more of that. Oh, soon dominate the world. Yay. Amanda Keeney, you're on as well. Professionalizing creativity kills a source of joy for all. I would have mixed feelings about that myself. Professionalizing creativity, it sounds maybe a little bit blanket, but I think there's a place for professional creativity, but glorifying it and you know, that can be a bit of a joy killer, you know, a bit of a killjoy. um and the rest of us kind of, we do comparisons because we're human, you know. We compare, oh, I don't have a degree in English, I can't write, or whatever it is, you know. So there's a lot of discussion around that, you know. Let's discuss that another day, shall we? Tomorrow we're talking Cher. We're still talking Cher all week. And then next week we'll talk Dolly Parton. Why not? Are we ready for 3 deep breaths? Take a deep one. We go in for 4. And again, just let everything out. Cleanse and transition, okay? Cleanse and transition onto the rest of your day now, okay? It's that simple. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah, Montekini, creative, only practiced by professionals. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we have to make it more mainstream, don't we? We're getting there, step by step. We're getting there. We're making it more acceptable to be creative. Bit by bit, word by word. Isn't that right? Listen, have a great day. Okay, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.